Yeah, so do you think the nerds just forgot how to be nerds? Because it's like they fell into all this money and they're just spending for the sake of spending, and at this point it's getting pretty tacky. Hey guys, welcome back to the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. As always, that is my producer, Curtis Stage. Curtis, repping the Galaxy. And what is on our Dodger agenda today?
Well, today we're talking Dodgers again. The nerds. Is it working? That's the first thing we're going to talk about. Then the losing streak. Is this panic time? World Series odds. Where are we with that? Who's going to lead this team? And then the bullpen. Does Kershaw and Greinke, do they just hate the bullpen? So I think we should start off with the nerds. Is this whole thing working?
All right, well, as everyone knows, as you guys know, as I know, this is the first year with Zaidi and Friedman coming in as the president, coming in as the general manager, and they've just been spending money like a rapper at a nightclub.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
But they came from small markets.
Yeah, so they came over from these small markets, and these small markets, they were playing their money ball, and they were trying to figure out how to get the best bang for their buck. Here, they don't have to worry about that. They're not clipping coupons in Los Angeles. They're just spending freely, and they're outbidding for the sake of outbidding so they can just get what they want. So they're using money to shoo you away.
Yeah, like we got Chase Utley instead of the Giants getting Chase Utley.
Yeah, and I'm all for what they're doing, and I like the way they're managing stuff, but it makes you wonder. It's like our biggest problem going into the break was our bullpen. Our problem today is still our bullpen. When Friedman came in, he said that the bullpen's a concern now, it's a concern tomorrow, and it's always a concern because the bullpen is always something you can work on. Yeah. And then a lot of Don's failures are because he can't manage a bullpen. But the counter to that is that, well, he doesn't have the personnel, which is true. But you got to work with what you have, and we didn't address that.
They're spending a lot of money, but this team is not. They're the 3-run home run team. This isn't the small ball team.
I like that. I like the 3-run home run team. I am all about the home run. I'm all about the
chicks dig the long ball.
Chicks dig the long ball. Greg Maddox hottest that.
Whatever. I am more for fundamental baseball, and we're not playing it right now.
It's not that we're not playing it. We just suck at it. Because what is our biggest concern and our biggest hate towards Don? His double switches, his bunting, his attempt of playing small ball, but he doesn't play small ball because we don't have the personnel for small ball. We have the guys that are going to go yard. Jock, home run, feast or famine. Jock is home run or strikeout. Yeah. Gonzo's the only guy in the lineup who is consistently consistent, whether it's singles, doubles, or home runs, or he's trying to get on base one way or another. But a lot of these guys are feast or famine, like Jock or Pui or Crawford.
We got nerd baseball. We got nerds running the team, really, but Don's not a nerd type manager. He's from the American League. He didn't play that way. But we've got this situation where we're waiting for the 3-run homer, and if we're dry, we're not getting the 3-run homer, and then we're going to lose games because we're not moving runners over. We're not stealing bases. We never steal bases. I think, are we last in the National League in stolen bases?
We're last in the league in stolen bases. Jimmy Rollins leads our team with stolen bases, and we're not stealing. I mean, Jock, when he was down in the minors last year, Jock was stealing bases. Jock has the speed to steal bases.
I think they've told him not,
and he's the leadoff guy, but that's the thing. They're telling him not to steal bases because that's not the kind of system that Donnie's running.
You think Puig or Crawford, look, I don't even want to talk about Crawford. But
because Crawford's hamstring will explode if he tries to round second base.
Yeah. You figure Puig or Crawford could steal bases.
But they don't get on base. You can't steal first. And that was always my big thing with D. Gordon before he actually started hitting. Oh, he can steal bases. One, I never felt that he could because Major League pitchers and catchers can scout him. Now he can't. But my thing with him is, okay, great. I don't care how fast you are, D. I don't care how fast you are, Pui and Jock and Carr and everyone else. You can't steal first base. You need to get on base. These guys are not getting on base. And like you said, the mentality that Donnie has is not this nerd-like statistics baseball. And I like stats. But the issue is I think that these nerds are looking into advanced stats, but the advanced stats. And I don't care about that. I don't care how hard a ball gets hit off a bat. Why is that even a stat now?
I like that stat. We've talked about that before.
No, that is dumb. No, I don't care what the exit velocity of a hit is. Nobody cares. Why is that even important?
Well, here's the idea. We've got the stats, but our stats right now are not good.
No.
So they didn't do anything to get those stats better, and we're in a losing streak here now.
Is this panic time? Okay, Kershaw said it's panic time, but without saying it's panic time, he said more we got to play with some urgency.
Yeah.
And that's him being polite. I would have gone apeshit. Okay,
yeah.
if I'm
well,
playing
he did
Kershaw,
throw the baseball down.
I would have gone ballistic. No, I would have gone Perez on the Gatorade cooler. Okay.
So we got swept by Oakland, a terrible team.
They're the worst team in the American League.
We got swept by them.
And that's where Kershaw showed his frustration initially. He goes out to Houston. We get swept by Houston. We go out and we land in Houston. We get no hit by Friars, I don't even know this guy's name, but he and his glossy substance hit us, and people are saying, hey, you Dodger fans are just being salty. Of course I'm being salty. We got swept by the worst team in the American League. We go to Houston, we get swept in Houston. Zach pitches out of his mind, but still gives up 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 home runs, and we can't bail him out. If it's not the bullpen that's screwing these guys over, it's us not giving them any run support, which is ridiculous. And it's like, frustration is setting in. Every team goes through this, where you go through a stretch of 25, 30 games because it's such a really long season. And you're going, yeah, we're playing out of our mind. We're 20-5. We're great, like the Cubs right now, who are 20-5.
Yeah, but since June,
but then you got the reverse, where the Dodgers are 5 and whatever.
But since June, though, we've been kind of an average team.
Yeah, we've been a 500 team since June.
That's not good. That's not going to win the World
But you
Series.
have to look at how many of those losses were wins into the 8th inning.
They would
how
have
many of them were
10?
losses that the bullpen has blown after the 7th inning?
The bullpen's blown over 20 games this year. Over 20 games.
That's a huge difference.
We'd be better than the Cardinals' record right now if we don't blow. Now you're going to blow some of those.
You're going to blow some of those games. You're going to blow some of those leads. But 20 games is a lot.
So what about the World Series odds? I mean, we started off in Vegas pretty good, 8-1, right?
Yeah,
At
the Dodgers. The Dodgers were the 8-1. They were the second best behind the Nationals. Nationals were 7-1 when they picked up Max Scherzer. And the counter to that is the Houston Astros. The Houston Astros were 50-1 when the season started. And my buddy Matt is the biggest Astros fan in the world, but he's also a degenerate gambler. So every year my buddy Matt goes to Vegas and he drops $100 on the Astros because this is our year. And now, Monday, August 24th, the Nationals are 25-1. The Dodgers haven't moved. The Dodgers are still 8-1, while the Houston Astros are now 12-1. And that's the thing. Vegas and the odds makers they know that the Dodgers have enough talent where they can just turn it on. Because we're still a first-place team, though we have the chance of not making the playoffs. And no Dodger team ever in the history of the Dodgers, since 1880 that the franchise has been alive, have ever won their division 3 years in a row. Ever.
So that's
which is kind of weird.
I really don't care about winning the division. I mean, I do care about
At this point, you have to win the division because both wildcard teams have a better record than us.
They're better teams.
Yeah.
By far right now.
Right, because they have better bullpens. Their bullpens are not blowing 20 games for them.
No. Okay, so who's going to lead this team? Is it Kershaw? I mean, he would be the natural selection.
Out loud, someone has to, because you know that you have your silent leaders like veterans like Kershaw and Gonzalez. Maybe that's why they decided to bring Chase Utley in. But we don't have that loudmouth guy that's going to kick someone in the ass and say, "Hey, players meeting, let's do this."
I think maybe it is Chase Utley. I mean, last week.
But does Chase Utley have the right to do that? He's been on the team for 3 days.
He's a World Series winner.
But he doesn't know this group. The only person he knows on this team is Jimmy.
But okay, maybe those two could combine and become like
a super leader.
Yeah, those meld together. We need to make some sort of Photoshop thing of that. That'd be cool. So Rollins and Utley, I think people would listen to them. They've had a lot of experience.
Yeah, because they've been to the World Series twice. They won it once. They've walked through us in the NLCS.
I saw some stat that they've played together. They're the 5th most second base shortstop combo in Major League history playing games together. So maybe their experience, that will lend a little bit of leadership to it. Maybe you think it needs to be more out loud leadership. I mean, urgency is good. Does it need to just be people getting pissed off and calling people out?
I don't know about calling people out. I mean,
that will happen at the end of the year if we lose this division. People will get called out and Donnie will get fired.
If you lose this division, Donnie's going to get fired.
Most of our Dodger fans want Donnie fired now.
Right.
I mean, right now.
But you can't fire him because you're in first place. If the Dodgers were in 3rd place right now, if the Dodgers were in 2nd but within a couple of games, I'd say keep them going. But you're in first place. You can't legitimately fire this guy. If you don't make the playoffs, you're done.
Yeah.
If they don't win the World Series this year, I feel that he's done. And the Dodgers, I told you, they're spending money left and right. I would totally just throw a boatload of cash at La Russa and say, "Hey, bro, come out of retirement
over here."
That's what I would have done. That's what I wanted to do after Joe Torre left. I was like, "Hey, I know La Russa just won a championship with the Cardinals and was retiring. Throw a bunch of money at this guy and make him come to Los Angeles."
I don't want that guy.
Well, La Russa is a National League guy. He won these games as a National League manager. Joe Torre was never a National League manager.
Yeah.
Don Mattingly was never a National League anything.
No, he doesn't know. I don't know who the answer is at manager. I don't know if it's Ron Renicky, who they just put at 3rd base. I have no idea, or if it's Tim Wallach, who's been longtime Dodger. But I know that the answer probably is not Mattingly, but hopefully he proves us wrong. So the last thing I want to talk about is, we talk a lot about Kershaw and Greinke on the show, and I worry that the bullpen is screwing up so bad that maybe Greinke doesn't want to sign with us next year. And I mean, do these guys hate the bullpen? I mean,
they do. I'm pretty sure they do. They're just not saying it out loud. But here's the thing with Zach. When Zach first signed with Los Angeles, he said, "I signed for the money." Okay. That's what he did. He said, "I signed for the money."
Okay.
So do you think anyone else is going to be able to offer him more money?
No.
Okay. But I don't see him going anywhere.
But you do want to win.
You do want to win. I just don't see him going anywhere.
I don't either.
I mean, so it's like whatever. But we're really lucky that the Giants have been playing just as poorly because if you hit a bad streak while your guys in second place hit a mediocre streak, the Giants could very easily be 1.5, 2 games up on us right now. But we're lucky that they're not.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, we're going to leave you guys with the gift of the day. Breaking Bad fans, you're going to recognize this gift. This is Jesse crying, and this is how I feel anytime Mattingly just comes out on the field. Anytime he calls time out to double switch or just move out the pitcher or we attempt to bunt. I don't know.
That's how I feel too.
All right, guys. Well, stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. That's been our show, and you guys have a great night.